Alright, well, we're going to show you some more stuff about these three players that we have right here. Toss Girl is nowhere to be found yet, but we want to show you how they each use their keyboard and mouse. Every single foreigner uses their keyboard and mouse in a different way. The Koreans, for the most part, just copy each other on it, and so that's not so interesting. But, you know, foreigners, they do not live near other players. They don't know how they should use it, and therefore everyone uses it different. So let's take a look here. We're going to start off on IdrA. You can see he's using a SteelSeries keyboard, a really expensive one, along with a very large mouse pad. He does use a mouse sponge, as you can see, and his actual mouse looks like it's a G3 or something like that. And let's look at his keyboard, the way he's using his keyboard right now. You notice it's not up against the edge of the table. He puts it a little bit in front of him, and his hand is basically just all over the place. Pretty quick player. Now let's look over at Super for a moment here. Super actually has a Chinese keyboard. It's a PLU keyboard. PLU is the Players Labor Union. They do a lot of the broadcasts that you might see when you watch Chinese events. And we see he has a huge Razer mouse pad. And let me check what mouse he has here. Looks like it is basically the same mouse as IdrA. The same shape. It might be a different model slightly, but you know, basically the same Logitech mouse. And we see that he actually uses the pegs on the back of his keyboard to lift it up a little bit higher off the table, you know, instead of having it very, very flat, which is really quite common. All right, now let's look at IdrA. Now, IdrA kind of uses his keyboard in a funny way here. You see that it's actually tilted, you know, tilted that way. So it's kind of, it looks a little bit awkward. I imagine it gets a little bit uncomfortable up towards the 098 hotkeys. But he uses the same keyboard that all the Korean pro gamers use. Everyone uses DT35. That's what he's using right here. His mouse is the Logitech Dual Mini, or Mini Optical, that's what it is. And every Korean uses that, basically, like 99% uses that setup. And his mouse pad is just a 2000 won mouse pad. And we see he's just practicing some TVTs, you know, after the IdrA match. He obviously will have to play a Terran. So that is it for a little update on the equipment and the way they use it for these foreigner gamers.